Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today I am ranking all of the makeup products that I used in the month of October. Some of these products are newer to my collection and some of them are older, so it's a good way to see what stacks up that's new against older products and what's the best so that you don't waste your money. Before we get too far into the ranking, if you've not already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It is totally free to subscribe and I would love to have you back again on the channel to talk all things makeup. So I've got 27 products this month that I used outside of eyeshadow. If you want to specifically see me ranking the eyeshadow palettes I used in October, I'll leave that video linked. It's already live now. This is all the other makeup products that I use. So anything that's not eyeshadow, it's going to be in this video. Let's go ahead and get to number 27. This is the final time this will be in this ranking. It's been the lowest several months. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. It is gone, and when I say a product is gone, I take out the stopper and I scrape it, but it is completely gone. I think I've been using this close to 6 months to use it completely up, and the reason I don't like it, if you haven't seen my other videos, I'll leave the playlist, but essentially when I wear this, it transfers up to my brow bone. Like it transfers badly. It doesn't transfer underneath, but I don't usually wear mascara on the bottom because pretty much all mascaras transfer on the bottom for me, but not all of them transfer on the top to my brow bone when I wear them, and that one does. So I just don't like it for that reason, but I spent my money on it, so I was determined to use it up, and I have indeed used it up, and we don't have to talk about it anymore after this month. And number 26 is a product that I wish we didn't have to talk about anymore, but it's taking a long time to use up, and that is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. It's just a little bit goes a long way because this is so full coverage. I'm 33 now, so I am getting some wrinkles, fine line creasing, and this does not do any favors to me to hide the crinkles and wrinkles. It does have full coverage. It does cover the darkness, but the trade-off is that it looks quite crepey, quite wrinkly, quite drying. So I mostly have been using this to spot conceal and not use it under the eyes, like if I have some scarring, some acne someplace, but that's been few and far between if I'm being honest with my current prescription and tretinoin combo. The acne's like pretty much under control this past year for the first time in my entire life. Yay. But that means I don't have as much of a use for this. So other than spot concealing, like I don't like it under the eyes. I haven't tried to use it as just like a foundation all over the face. I suppose I could do that if I really wanted to use it up quickly, but just chipping away at it. Mine's in Fair Neutral. It's just not a formula for me at the age of 33. That's all there is to it. So it's ranked there for me. Maybe if you were younger, you would rank it higher in your ranking. All of that I said about the Urban Decay product is the same reason the KVD product is in 25. I rated it slightly higher because I do feel like that's what I'm wearing today, and I do feel like if I use this product sparingly, it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible. Luckily, it's not a lot of product. It's only 10 grams, which is 0.35 ounces. And I've been using my new BK brush. I'm finally trying BK brushes for the first time. It's worth the hype. I get the price point. I understand. I'm not going back. So I've been loving that brush to apply this. And yeah, I make it work, but I have to be careful because I do have a line here and a line here wrinkle wise that if I get too much, it settles badly. But if I avoid those areas and use this sparingly, it's okay. It does seem to slip and slide though. Like it won't set down even with the powder and stay in one place. So it's still not as bad as the Urban Decay in my mind because it's not like finding every nook and cranny on my face. In fact, I'll use this under the eyes and it looks better than the Urban Decay since it is full coverage. So it is like a concealer option for me, honestly, but it is not something I would repurchase. The Good Apple Foundation, mine's in Light 008. And number 24 from LA Girl is this Pastel Dream Auto Liner in Baby Pink. It's just a baby pink eyeliner. Used this a couple months. I always forget about my colored eyeliners. I don't know why, but I just don't wear eyeliner a lot in the waterline. I'm not today. I usually don't. I like how it looks, I just forget about them. So I'm not using them very much. So there's nothing wrong with this one. It stays in the waterline really nicely. It doesn't break off like a lot of the ColourPop ones do for me. They're just, I don't know. In general, colored eyeliners are just unmemorable to me personally. I don't know why that is. Somehow maybe I can encourage myself to use them more because I do have a few, but I didn't rate it higher because I just reached for it once only this month and that was it. So it's not rated low because it's terrible. It's just like not an everyday item in my monthly usage, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And number 23 is the Melt Lip Liner in Headbang. These are on my Planning to Pan 24 items in 2024 list. We're getting down to it, folks, and I don't dislike the liner, like the color is good. I used to really love these liners, but I've since found other indie brands that are much more affordable and are better priced for a sharpenable liner that work just as well. And these I have found as they're getting older, these are now close to 3, I believe, years old. I'll link the video where I got these in a mystery unboxing. So they're just tending to get, I'm finding, a little bit dry. Even as I'm sharpening them down, they're a little crumblier than they used to be when I first got them. And that's just due to the age of the product. It's not that the product itself is bad, but I don't even know that you can buy these shades anymore. I've got the other one in here too, but that's in shade Headbang, and it's just okay. And number 22 is the other one I have from the same mystery box. I've got it down to about the same height. Like I said, I've been trying to use these up this year. This one's in shade Foxy, and I only ranked it higher just because 2 reasons. One, it hasn't crumbled on me like Headbang has, and the other one, one of these is slightly more cool tone than the other. Like Foxy's a little more neutral / cool versus Headbang's a little warmer, so I like that better just about the shade of it. So that's the only reason I ranked it slightly higher. And number 21 is the REM Under Eye, what is this called? Cooling Blurring Under Eye Balm. This actually does a really good job of doing what it's supposed to do. It is curling, it is curling? It's cooling and blurring. That means curling apparently in my brain. But you can probably see the texture. It's like super dry in here, and you have to like weirdly flake off a chunk, hold it on your eye so that your skin warms it up so it doesn't just fall off your face, and then blend it into the skin. So it was like that when I bought it too. So, and I bought it on sale, so I'm not sure if I just got an old product that had been sitting there off the shelf or if that's how the product is supposed to be. But either way, because it takes some finessing to make it work, it was not rated very high on my list this month. And number 20 from Black Moon Cosmetics is this liquid lipstick in the shade Hazel. It's this green one that I used. And I really love Black Moon Cosmetics liquid lips. I featured these in my fall lip recommendations video. I'll leave linked if you hadn't seen. The only reason that this one is ranked low is because these are also like 3-4 years old. And I just don't use these colors all the time, so I haven't gone through them. And the formula is getting a little wonky. Like they're separating a lot. I can still make them work, but the formula is getting a little weird. So part of this ranking is like, okay, I'm ranking my personal products, right? Like if I repurchase that today, I know that's not like that. So I still can confidently recommend that to you. Just like, don't let it sit around for 4 years and expect it to perform the same way. Duh, right? So I'm ranking mine, my personal one that's that old in its current state, not that brand and that product as like a whole. Hopefully that makes sense. And number 19 from Unearthly Cosmetics is this bullet lipstick. This is from their Dreamer collection, and this one is in the shade Dreamer. I love these components, the magnetic square components. They are so luxe feeling, and this is just a really nice, like a brown neutral lipstick. Love it so much. Really the only reason this isn't ranked higher is because truly, like, my go-to isn't a bullet lipstick if I want it to last. I usually am not a carry my lipstick to reapply on my purse kind of a person. I just want to apply it before I leave and have it last and not have to touch it up and worry about it. So for that reason, I'm going for a lot more liquid lipsticks that are going to last, like the one I'm wearing today. This is Cricket from Menagerie. It's November when I'm filming this, so this isn't in today's ranking, but it'll be in next month's for sure. But while this is super creamy, super comfortable, very hydrating, and makes the lips look very like full, it doesn't settle into any like lines or dryness. It's just not a long-lasting formula. Most bullet lipsticks aren't, so it's not anything against Unearthly. It's just the nature of a bullet lipstick. So I like this product, but it's more of like I gotta make sure I'm not gonna be eating or drinking or doing anything that I'm gonna wear, because it just will be gone. It won't last. Number 18 is the mascara that I do like, that I've been using now that I finished up the Terrible Essence. This is the Tarte Tartist mascara. It's just a little mini I've been using, and this one I like so much better. It doesn't transfer at all. I think my only gripe of why this isn't higher is because I do have to put it like usually 3 coats, I would say, to get it to where I want it to be. I'm not wearing this one today either. This is actually the Ciate London Wonderland mascara. Again, it's November, so that'll be in next month's ranking. But this one, it's just fine. It's good. I have no qualms with it. I wouldn't be mad if I got it again. Will I immediately repurchase it when it runs out? No, I have other mascaras obviously in my collection that I'm trying really hard to use things I have and not just go out and buy more when I have this many. But it's good. It's good. It's fine. And like I said, I wouldn't be mad to get it again. It's just not a favorite. We're in that middle of the road part of the ranking now where we're done with the like bad products. And we're in the middle where it's like, these are good products, like they're fine. They're not like S tier life-changing products, but like they're good, they're fine, they do what they're supposed to, and they perform well. All right, number 17 is a product I've been using a lot, like almost daily this month. There's probably only one other product I'm using if I'm not using this. No, not even this month. I was gonna say Mob Beauty I use a lot, but I didn't use my Mob Beauty bronzer and blush this month. That's crazy in October. I was using the ColourPop Virtual Reality Super Shock Blush. This is a matte one. It's a collab with Mariale. And you can probably see like the embossing is pretty much gone. Like I've started to get a little divot here. I don't know how deep this is, like how much product is in here before I hit pan. It says it's 0.15 ounces. So I mean, that's 4.2 grams. That's a decent amount. This will probably last me quite a while. I don't think I'll hit pan anytime soon, but honestly, this is actually my first Super Shock blush. How? I don't know, but this is the first one I've ever used, and I love that it feels almost like a cream to powder formula in a way. It's not the one I'm wearing today. But I think the only thing I haven't liked about this, because I love the consistency and the color, is that sometimes, depending on the primer foundation combo, sometimes when I'm blending this, there's almost like a little piece of pilling or something of this product. And there's one other product I've noticed that too. So I don't know if that's just the brush I'm using, because I think maybe this might be more designed to use with a finger, but I really don't like to use my fingers with my makeup. I like to use a brush. So that's really like my only one qualm I've had with that product, but I have loved it a lot. And number 16 from ColourPop is the Party Proof Eye Primer. This is a new one for me this month. I ran out of the Urban Decay Potion Primer, whatever it's called. And this one, the gripe I always had with the Urban Decay one is there's stuff for cheaper that does the same. This one, $5, does the same. Performs great. I'm wearing it right now. My eyeshadow doesn't crease or budge at all when I use this. The only thing that's a little not as good about this one as the Urban Decay one is sometimes I have noticed that I will pull out the applicator and there's like nothing on it. I have to go in and kind of like do one of these to like scrape the sides to make sure I'm actually getting product on the brush, or I have to like squeeze the tube. Otherwise it doesn't always stick to the applicator when it comes out. So that's like a slight annoyance, but it's super easily solved. You just have to know that and check and make sure you're actually getting product on the lid. And number 15 from Unearthly Cosmetics is the lip gloss in shade Moss. I love the packaging of this so much, and I was really excited to try a gloss that looked like this. So this has a really nice sweet smell, and here is the gloss. I like the consistency of this. I like the applicator. I like the feeling, but the look, it doesn't really look green. And like for most people, that's probably a plus for them because they're like, oh, that's unwearable. I wanted it to look like this color, and it's sheer enough that I don't feel like you really get this color. It's just like a very light wash. which is fine. Again, I don't dislike it. In fact, like, look how high it is, right? I do like it, but I kind of wish you got this look on the lips, and I don't feel like that really comes through, so I didn't rank it any higher than this. And number 14 is the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. This has been in here for months. This one I feel like always ends up somewhere towards the middle because it's a fine product. I'm wearing it in my brows today. Lasts forever, but my gripe has been that I feel like it's getting kind of dry. So I have to really, like, I don't know, I'm not scraping it. It's not that dry, but it's definitely a stiff product and not as creamy as it used to be. And if it takes that long to get through it, I wish it was like less product in there or something to make it not dry so much, because I use it daily. Like, it's not like I'm letting it sit. I'm using it all the time, and it's just, I can't keep up with the aging of the product. And I feel that way about a lot of products. Like, I feel like they should be just adjusting the price point of things and making it cheaper and putting less product in it so that it's feasible for you to be able to use it up before it expires. But that's another topic for me to be on my soapbox a different day. But that's why it's not rated any higher, even though it does do what it's supposed to do. Okay, I accidentally lied to you. This liquid lipstick is in this month. I forgot I used it in October as well as November. This is in my Deck of Panning series currently. This is the Menagerie liquid lipstick in shade Cricket, and it is a black velvet liquid lipstick. I really like the fact that there is this like point on the liquid lipsticks from Menagerie. Makes it really easy to get a precise line without a lip liner. There is no scent to these, no like sweet scent or vanilla-y or anything, but it's also not a chemical-y scent. It goes on, and like, that's all the transfer I get. Like, sure, it's not 100% transfer proof, but for black, that's pretty good to not get that much transfer. And this is what I'm talking about with the bullet lipstick, where I say I'd rather go with the liquid lipstick because I can eat, drink, talk, do all kinds of things, and this is gonna stay. I don't have to worry about it. In fact, sometimes I have to like use makeup remover to get these off at the end of the night, but I prefer that rather than like patchiness that doesn't look good from something that's not wearing evenly. Me personally. Truly the only reason that's not ranked higher, it's very comfortable too. This is not a drying liquid lip formula like some of those old liquid lips back in the day. It's just because I don't go for this color all the time. I do love a black lip, I do, but it's just not like an everyday thing. So that's why it's not any higher, is just the shade really. And number 12 is the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus Gel. Mine's in shade 3, I think. The label's like completely worn off because this is a daily thing that I use. I'm wearing it right now. I love how small this applicator is. I love the shade. I love how it gives me like fibers on my brows. This, I think, is my favorite brow gel I've ever used. If there's one better than this, I haven't found it yet. It's not too stiff and crunchy, but it still holds the brows in place and gives them that kind of like fluffy look, which I really like. I don't like the square blocky brows that people sometimes still do. I used to do them, but yeah, this is really nice. I don't know, it's just not like that exciting of a product to me. Like, it's functional and it does what it needs to do. I don't know, like, I guess it's life-changing because this is my favorite one that I use every single day, and I've repurchased, I think that's my 3rd one at this point, but it's just not super exciting, I guess, because it's brows, so I didn't want to rank it higher than this. Number 11 is this gloss from Lunar Beauty that I've been using a lot in October. This is in shade Mystery. Lunar Beauty did mystery boxes, man, I think it's been a couple years ago, and they did this shade that I don't think you can get. I think it was just for that mystery box, which is why it's called Mystery, but it's this really nice, I mean, it's the packaging of Lunar Beauty. I love the crystal in the top. Their packaging is completely iconic. It does have the sweet smell of the other lip glosses. I don't love the flat paddle on any lip products. I've said this before if you've watched my channel. I like more the pointed one of the Menagerie or the ones that scoop, kind of like Ofra or Laura Lee Los Angeles has, but I'll get over it for the formula. It's like a little frosty looking, which I really do. I like that kind of like metallic frosted lip. I know it's not in style anymore, but I like that a lot. This over top of this gold would look really good. I don't know if it would match with like the kind of like cranberry lid that I have going on, so I'll refrain, but This is what I've been pairing when I've been using up these liners though. So I'll line my lips with that and then put this gloss over, and it's really pretty. I just am sorry that you can't get this, but this is really, really, really good. Like I said, I really think it's just nitpicky things like the applicator, why it wasn't like even higher than this, but it's really good. There's lots of glosses you can choose from on Lunar Beauty's site still if you're interested though. All right, we're in the top 10 products now from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Poreless Putty Primer. This one happens to be in the Cookies and Dreams format. And so it smells like cookies and cream. It's so good. I've gone through an entire Poreless Putty Primer, like the original one already. And when I ran out of that, I happened to see the Cookies and Dreams one at a TJ Maxx and picked it up. And I've still got quite a bit left of this one, but it really just is that girl. Like, it takes care of a lot of the lines, pores, texture that I have. So that one is just a goodie that I keep in rotation depending on if I want something more glowy or pore filling or whatever for that day. But yeah, that one's, it's just a good one, and it has been for years and it continues to be so. I think the only reason it's not higher is because there were just some other stuff that was like chef's kiss this month above it. And number 9 is a highlighter duo from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'll leave linked the video I did. Unearthly had a 40% site-wide sale. That sale's over now, but I'll still leave the video linked because you can still get these products. They're just not that deeply discounted anymore. But this Resurgence duo in collaboration with Heather Austin, Renewal specifically is what I use. Rebirth is great as well, but this, it's just the most like cool, how do I say this? It's like a clear base, but with reflect. So you can use it as like a blush topper too. It's so smooth. It's not like glitter, but it's like glowy, and it's shifty, doesn't emphasize texture, super smooth. Like everything I want in a powder highlighter, this one has it. And it's just really, really pretty. I mean, the one I'm wearing today also is like that. It's a little more pinky and not as shifty. This one's the Ellis collab with Blend Money. That'll be next month. But yeah, anything in this whole Resurgence collection is just great. Man, why isn't it rated higher? I don't know that I go for like an iridescent shifty thing every day, if I'm being honest. So sometimes when multiple things are like equally as good, I just let my ranking go down to what did I use more that month? Like what was the go-to that I kept reaching for again and again that month? So that's why this one wasn't any higher than this. So the melt pencils are so low literally because of these. This is in number 8, the Unearthly Lip Liner in shade Cursed. These are $6 normally, even when they're not on sale without any codes or anything. And they're just as good as the melt ones. They're sharpenable as well. So to get this for $6 when melt, I don't think they have those shades, but when I went and looked at their lip liners, I want to say it was like, now I gotta look again because I want to say it was $18, but I don't want to misspeak and lie to you and just off of my memory. Okay, no, I'm not lying. Nordstrom, Melt Cosmetics lip liner, $19. That's a lot, right? Melt Cosmetics, eBay, $15.99. It's just like, this is $6 and it does the same thing, and it's an indie brand as well. So like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Yeah, again, I think it just ranked it higher because it had to do with, at this point forward, with like how often was I using things. And with how often I was using things, this one got used a lot. This is in number 7. It's the Jaclyn Cosmetics Sunbathe Pressed Bronzer in shade Skinny Dip. This one I used a ton this month, and not only because I like it, but the coffee scent's starting to wear off a little bit. This is in my Deck of Panning series. I'm supposed to pan this before I can draw a new card. So to be honest, partly why it's ranked high and why I used it so much is because it's in that project, but I can see the ring. I can see the ring of the pan starting to peek through. You probably can't see it on camera. So yeah, that's why this one is higher, because I've just used it consistently in October. Okay, I accidentally lied to you again. All these products, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have it in November. Well, I've got it in this month too. the month was long, okay? I forgot what all I used this month. That's why I have it written down. This is the Ciate London Wonderwand mascara. It is the one I am wearing today. And this one is, it's just better than the Tarte one, I think, because it gives me the volume I want that I can still get from the Tarte one too, but in 1 to 2 coats instead of 3 coats. So it's just like less effort, I guess is what I'm saying, to get a similar effect. And I'm always gonna go with the product that I get the same or a better result with for less effort. And this little mini, 10 bucks. Tarteist, that mini I can guarantee you is more than 10 bucks. Let's see, let's look up what that one is. Okay, so at Macy's you can get this for $12.75. So it's close in price. I'll give it that, but it's still, the performance is not as good as the Ciate one, so Ciate wins. As much as the Ciate one though, like it's not in the top 5 because the top 5 is truly just like, oh, hold on, we're on to something here. So 5, REM Beauty Blurring Primer Base. This came in the duo with the under eye thing. The under eye thing is the one I wanted to try. I didn't even care about this, but it was in the mini to get it for cheaper to try them. This, it blurs more, I think, than the e.l.f. one does. This one does. It also costs more, especially if you're doing the full size, but you don't need very much at all for this to just like blur all your imperfections away. This is really a game changer, and I've used this in combination with several complexion products at this point, and it seems to play nicely with everything. I haven't had any weird pilling or anything with any of the, whether it be a skin tint, medium coverage, a full coverage, they all seem to play nicely, and that is hard to find, I think. So that one is like a, okay, might have to repurchase that one because we're on to something here. As much as we're on to something with that one, sometimes just the experience of using makeup makes me love it. And that's why this is in number 4. This is the Catracel White from Adept Cosmetics. And it's Star Trek themed. I love Star Trek, if you don't know that about me. So I haven't really been using these 2 powdered ones that much. It's really just been the cream highlighters I've been focusing on. So I think that's why I didn't rate this one higher. These are lovely, like there's nothing wrong with them. I just didn't use the full palette that much. So I was like, well, I'm just using it for like 1 or 2 things in here, not the whole palette. But the theming down to the product, down to like all of it is just great with this one. I love that one so much. And number 3, this might be kind of a boring one because it's just a serum, but the Nimya License to Glow Serum. I have not put this one away since I got it out a few months ago to use it. And it lasts a long time, you guys, for the price point. I use this like almost every day as my primer. Like, yes, I've had e.l.f. and Rem in here this month as well, here and there. But most of the time on the daily basis, the Nimya is the one that I'm going to. This is about $24 before shipping. So it is expensive, more expensive than either of those other ones were. But this is gonna last you, like, how much product does this have in it? I can't find it, but like, I'm telling you, I've used this for like 3 or 4 months, almost every day, and I'm not even halfway gone with it. It just, man, all of these products like this one that I was telling you, Urban Decay, that are like too thick, this really helps to give them more of a natural finish and like thin them out so that they're usable for me. So if you have stuff that's like too full coverage for you, I feel like either using this as a base or like trying to mix it with it helps. Or if you're really dry, this just smooths and hydrates everything out to have like a really super nice base for makeup. And I feel like pre this product, I definitely was that person that was having like dry patches or flaky sections of my makeup. No more with this product. Now, as much as that product has been great, I think I have a new holy grail, and I've really been using these in conjunction, but the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation, this is my new, like, I might like this better than the Huda Glowish, and that's what I wore on my wedding day. Like, this just makes me look like I have the best skin of my life. It looks very natural, it's not cakey, it covers all the redness and discoloration, but it doesn't look makeup-y. It's just like everything I want, but it has plenty of coverage. It really does. And I barely use any. I mean, like maybe a pea-size amount I squirt, and that's enough for my whole face. It's truly shocking to me. I mean, this is normally $16. I got it for $8 on sale at Ulta Beauty. It's revolutionary for my routine right now, genuinely. And it's just a lot. It's crazy. The only reason it's not number one is because this ColourPop lip oil is number one. This is the Twilight collab. This one's in Team Jacob. This is an everyday. This is an everyday one. I also have the Team Edward one. And much like earlier, I said, like, I'm not the person to put a lipstick in my bag to reapply. Okay, but the other lip oil, the Team Edward one, that's in my purse right now. And that says a lot for me to put one in my purse to carry it around. This one's half gone. I'm not sure how much I have left of the one in my purse, but these are the most comfortable, best lip oil of any brand I have tried so far. Period. The end. That's why it's number one. And it doesn't look black and crazy like that when you put it on. It's like the very tiniest little hint hue of gray, but it's mostly clear. It's not gritty. The sparkles in there aren't really visible when it puts it on your lips. It's just hydrating without being too slippery or watery, but also not too thick, not goopy. It's just perfect, and that's why it's number one. So yeah, guys, that is all 27 makeup products that I used in the month of October. Let me know, what have you used? What have you been working on? I was kind of hoping, I'm not gonna lie, to have more empty than just this one. I feel like I've really tried hard to use what I have instead of buying new. Now, have I been perfect? No, I've bought something new literally every month. I won't lie to you, but it's still me trying to be more conscious and aware than I used to be. But yeah, I really want to like kind of crack down, I say, as Black Friday and all the indie sales are approaching, and just use what I have, because like the money that I've put into this, I'm like, okay, no regrets, but like I'm thinking about going back to college again, and like, you know, adjustments may need to be made. So thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Let me know what you've been using this month. What was your favorite or your least favorite product you used in October? And I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!